Good morning, riders. How's everybody doing? It's Eric from Ride Adventures. RideATV.com is the website. Coming to you from the Ruta 40 in southern Argentina, the Argentine side of Patagonia, as we head south. And I want to cover a topic that's very pertinent. How difficult are the winds in Patagonia? How windy is it? These motorcycles get pushed around a lot. Yeah, we get tremendous crosswinds. Generally speaking, what happens out here in Patagonia is that I'm going to pose for the camera here a little bit. Hang on. There's the drone too. I don't know if you'll see that, but he surprised me by having the drone right over my head. I could touch it almost by 3 meters. Pretty cool. Yeah, what's happening is this is the Pampas. This is east of the Andes. The Andes are over there on the Chilean international border, and the winds come down from the Andes, the cold altitude. They come rushing across the Pampas, which is like the open plains region of Argentina. Come rushing across here in a hurry because as the day heats up, the warm air out here in the Pampas rises up, the cold air rushes in to take its place. That's the general thermal explanation I've come to understand, but what I don't get about it is that the wind direction can also change a lot here. Sometimes it's coming from the north instead of from the east, but we're actually having a very gentle day. Winds can often out here be howling over 100 kilometers an hour, over 50 and 60 miles per hour, and as you're crossing, fighting through that, my helmet will sometimes be, as we're leaning, we're turning, my helmet would be turned, and it can be very difficult as you have to lean into the wind, and so you have to think about things like this. When you're passing a vehicle or a vehicle's coming towards you, it creates that little pocket of wind that you have to perhaps slow down for or prepare for as it changes the pressure on both sides of you. But generally speaking, it's over talked. We as advisors to your motorcycle trip, we are generally speaking on the overly cautious side, right? We don't want people to get hurt. You can get hurt out here, and it's the last thing we, or of course any of you, want as well. So we're being on the cautionary side, and then, but again, as long as you're a confident motorcycle rider with a good background and you've been in some windy conditions before, you'll know exactly what to do when you get out here into these conditions. And out here in the wind, I hope I timed it right with this talk to come upon some of our other challenges, which are guanacos, Guanacos. Guanacos are basically a relative or a cousin of the llama and the vicuña, which are animals found to the further north in the Andes. But these guanacos, hopefully our editor, surprise gravel patch. Alright, no warning, but it's not a big deal. Actually, I remember that was there last year. If I didn't explain, by the way, Ride Adventures, we've been guiding these tours for about 10 years down here, and also providing self-guided tour packages for folks, and packages with people having a support truck following them, because such a convenience and the safety backup is pretty nice sometimes. Okay, so here's a guanaco I'm coming up on, and there's a good look at one of those guys. Looks like, anywhere there, I'm guessing they're between, the babies are maybe 60 pounds, and the big mamas and papas probably get up around that 160 to 180 pound. You'll see them lining the fences that are along the road here. There is a wire fence for most of the ride on the Ruta 40, and you'll see every once in a while a guanaco try jumping one. They get their, I think usually the hind legs get caught in the fence, and you'll see the dead ones dangling there, the ones that just didn't make it. We also have nyandus out here, which is like a rhea, which is, I believe, an African term for, or in other parts of the world, it's basically like a kind of a cousin of an ostrich, a bit smaller, but nyandu, N-Y, and with the little squiggly over it, N-Y, A-N-D-U, is an animal that runs across back in the forest sometimes, and we saw an armadillo just a little bit earlier. Little things to watch out for, and when that wind is really howling, you can get the stiff neck out here. But what I'm trying to say is, please don't let our cautionary tales and warnings of what it's like out here deter you from coming down here, because you can also have days like this where it's beautiful and warm and sunny. I think it's like just a little bit over room temperature right now. This is the furthest south I've ever gone into Patagonia without consistently needing to wear my jacket, my Climb Badlands Pro jacket that I wear over this jersey and body armor combination. But yeah, you know, we've got great temps and clear skies and possibly colder weather, of course, ahead as we continue down to Tierra del Fuego and Ushuaia on this trip, but we're only about halfway through it here. Enjoying a great time with a fun group of people who decided this trip format was for them. They wanted a guide and a support truck, all here to make things easiest for them. We pay for their gas, we pay for their food and lunches and all that, so we do the currency exchanges and the translations. They just wanted that turnkey service, which is something we definitely do offer at the various times or for private groups, and of course different spots throughout the world. We consistently offer those guided packages, but we actually, the majority of our customers are riding Patagonia self-guided now. We've really chiseled out a great package for people that want a similar turnkey service where they can show up, have the motorcycle waiting, and a fly and ride package with all the hotels prepaid and waiting for them. You just follow the road book and the GPS links that you're given, the instructions, show up at your hotel each day. That's enough. I don't want to get too far off the topic. The real deal here with the wind in Patagonia is, yeah, it can be something else. I've clocked it at around 70-75 miles an hour in some spots, but it's not always that bad. And you just mind your pace, mind your speed. One important thing to think about. Just think about the physics of this. When crosswind is coming at you, and from the side particularly, you know, going into the wind, the main challenge is what? You know, you're going to chew through a bunch of gas and not be able to stay as efficient. Tailwind, it's you know, it's helping you. Your fuel mileage is enhanced because of tailwinds. But when it's a crosswind, what's really kind of happening? More guanacos over here. What's really happening is when you lean like this, a small pocket down where my thumb, that's your motorcycle vertical, down where my thumb is, the wind is coming from this side. The wind is building up down on the bottom side of your bike, and if anybody out there is a sailor, if you know anything about, you know, wind dynamics, it's essentially building a high pressure pocket there, and that is not only to the side, but if you look at it, it's somewhat below your motorcycle. Because that high pressure zone is building up below your motorcycle, it's essentially lifting you off. And what you might normally have a 450 pound motorcycle, the effect becomes more like 400 pounds or less, whatever it is, in lifting you up off the pavement or the dirt or whatever is below you. And so it really means a challenge with traction. So you have to, that's another reason to slow down again. The slower you're going, the lower pressure of wind is going to, or that pocket is going to build up below you. And so keep that in mind, just the physics of it all. So coming up here in Bajo Caracoles, we're going to get some gas and say hi to the crew inside and maybe get an espresso, a cappuccino, and meet some other world travelers. So I'm going to check out. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you enjoy what you're learning from us. Please share, like, subscribe, spread this news, and help more riders see these incredible places and enjoy this part of the world and experience what it's like down here in La Patagonia. So talk to you soon.